Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career with me, Daniel. It's episode 31 and today we're back for the third and final part of the Royal London One Day Cup final. It really has been a thrilling encounter so far and we're hoping to lead Yorkshire over the line. You can see in the background we're here with the bat, but I of course don't want to spoil anything for you, so if you're not up to date with the last two episodes, do go back and click on the eye above to take you back to the first one of this final to find out how we've been getting on so far. Of course, it's not just about us personally, it's about Yorkshire as a side. Northamptonshire posing a really tough test and hopefully we'll be able to get past them. But a massive thank you to everyone who has been following along and continues to support the series. I really do appreciate it and hope you enjoy the content as much as I'm enjoying making it. So we'll go and have a look at the scorecard just to see how we've been getting on so far and the position we're in our innings at the moment before we go and face the first delivery of the episode. So let's have a look at the scorecard, head over and see what's happening. We're remarkably on 117 not out as 40 overs have passed in this innings. We've been absolutely sublime at one end and been running out of partners at the other. So all of the familiar names, the Balance, Root, Lyth and Bairstow, David Willey as well, all gone so far in this innings and all for relatively low scores. Bairstow the next best on 31. So we've been joined by the first bowler Fisher. He's on 19 and now our third top scorer as we look to go ballistic in the last 10 overs. So the plan is, after we mentioned in the last episode, that we're going to try and sweep and edge things around for the first few, and if we lose Matthew Fisher we're just going to go all out attack and try and hit the gaps and get boundaries. We're on 214 for 6 with 10 overs left and we need to post a competitive score or Northamptonshire will chase it down in no time. They're obviously going to be coming out to bat afterwards as they've only used their 5 bowlers. All of the top order should be fresh for them and I'm sure they'll chase it down no problem, especially if we don't make 250. We'll of course get some overs with the ball as well, which we'll show on camera on this occasion. It's one of the biggest games, if not the biggest of our career so far, and we've certainly put in a great display at the moment. So let's go back and face our first delivery of the episode and hope we can build a big knock in the last 10 overs. Back for the first ball of the third power play then, and it's the spinner who's into the attack. No real change in field at the moment, so we're just going to play our usual strategy. We've got 2 more left of this spinner, and then from 44 overs onwards, or if Matthew Fisher gets out beforehand, we will then go all out attack. So let's just see what Fisher does with his deliveries. We'll know from his scoring rate what we need to do. Southey's back into the attack. He's someone we've done pretty well against so far, and he's opened up that leg side as well. Fisher managed to add 8 runs in the over, so now we've just got to beat this infielder and try and get it down to the boundary. We don't do it on this occasion, so it's just 1 run, and Fisher's back on strike. Not the ideal scenario at the moment. Well, Cotton into the attack and look at Fisher go at the other end. 39 now he's managed to reach, and we're going to start playing on the offside as well. This one's just going to be 1. We're not in any rush yet. Fisher's going along quite nicely, so we trust him as we would another batsman. The run rate's edging up towards 6, although he's managed to just get a single this time. 2 balls away from facing 100 ourselves, and if we get one outside off stump, we will go for the boundary. But this time it's on the leg stump, so it is just another single, as we continue to add runs and post a competitive total. Fisher's into the 40s as the left arm medium pacer's back in. We've got space down the ground if we can attack it, but again it's only going to be 1. Not our best shot so far. I've taken the spinner back out again as well. He's surely got 1 more over to bowl, but I think it's about time we start attacking as Fisher closes on a half century. He's bowling outside off stump Cotton now, coming around the wicket, but this one's on the stumps and we have to fight it away. It almost got caught under our feet, but in the end it's just going to be 1, despite our best attacking intents. Not our natural game this. Obviously the Alistair Cook style doesn't suit here, and with 5 overs left to go, and Code now in on 8, we've got to go all out attack. We're running out of batsmen at the other end, so let's just try and go for it. We've gone for a big one over deep mid-wicket, and they're going to go and get there. We've been caught with our first attacking shot, and that was always the fear for me, and why we left it a little bit longer. But we have got the side to 250, and a knock of 123 of 102 deliveries, 16 fours and a strike rate of 120. If we do end up losing this final, it's certainly not our batting performance that will be questioned. It's Northamptonshire in at the other end, and it looks like we've got off to a flyer with Yorkshire, so we're going to take a look at the scorecard as we've been brought in to bowl our first delivery. Well, look at the state we've been back to bowl at. Coac got 22 at the end of our innings, although of course we top scored, and now we could be a hero with the ball as well, as Northamptonshire have slipped to 59 for 4. And this is what we were saying the whole way through the innings and the last 3 episodes about the final. You've just got to get to a competitive score. It's not about getting past 300, you've just got to put some scoreboard pressure on. 296 for 9 in the end, a really brilliant innings, and we left it to the players who were better than us at attacking, and they managed to deliver the goods when it matters. We were the anchor through the innings when it was needed, as wickets were collapsing around us, and then when we went for it in the end, we got out before we held up the attack any longer. So now we're into bowl for the first time. Northamptonshire 59 for 4. I can see Dinesh Karthik's at the crease, a really good player, as is Temba Bavuma actually, so 2 really good players to get rid of, but then again after that there's not much left in terms of batting, just a few all-rounders, and then largely the tail end. So let's go in and bowl our first over, and we'll show you highlights throughout, as well as of course our first 6 balls. So I'll go and set my field as usual, and we'll be back in a moment for the first delivery. So we're coming around the wicket to the right-hander. We've set our usual field with one exception. We've taken away that second slip, who is a catching option occasionally, but doesn't often make much of a contribution. And we've put a second man out in the deep on the leg side. In that region we often score most of our runs and concede a lot of first class level. So we'll start with a standard off-break delivery. Hopefully Dinesh Karthik will fall for it. He doesn't, he just defends valiantly and strokes away to the man in the circle. A dot ball to start, and I think both parties are happy. Dinesh Karthik scoring at a decent rate, so I'm sure he'll want to get off the mark quickly. But he's been quite cautious in his first over so far, and we'll throw in a flighted one now, just to see if that tempts him out of his crease. We'll try and get it closer to his legs as well, and he tries to sweep away, and that fielder in the deep has really paid dividends already, as he prevents 4 by just restricting them to 1. It's the short South African batsman Bavuma coming in now. He's at the other end on 3, so we're going to bowl a standard one for him to start with. See what he does with the first ball. Just claws it away from underneath his feet, and that's going to be a dot ball for us again. One more flighted delivery to come in before we go for the full top spinner, something we've adopted in recent weeks, and it seems to have had a good effect so far. 2 dot balls to Bavuma now. He'll be surely getting frustrated, and we'll go for the full length top spinner and hope he doesn't go for a big one. It's outside off and he edges it away, and it bounces to the man at gully, but just 1 conceded off our first over. A fantastic start to our bowling spell too. Back for our second to Karthik then. 61 for 4 Northamptonshire, so just 1 run in the next over as well. As long as we can keep it tight for 10 overs, we could take the game away before the halfway point. We're going to be bowling till about the 30 over mark, so we've got to make sure we don't concede too many. This time we'll throw a flighted one in early, and hopefully they'll continue to defend them. It's just outside off, and it is defended away. 2 dot balls to start the over, and we'll be back as we get more exciting highlights. 4th ball of the over for Karthik. Is he going to be tempted out of his crease yet? Right onto the pads, and he sweeps away. And it could have been a single to deep mid-wicket, but they don't go for it in the end. Just a dot ball, which is surprising. Don't forget Karthik just 2 away from the 20s, so if we can tempt him out for one of these flighted ones, he will surely get there quickly. This one we have to defend ourselves though. Good fielding off our own bowling. 1 ball left, which will be the top spinner. Let's see if we can create something special with it. It's a full length delivery of course as normal, and he's straight at the feet of the batsman. This time he defends away again, but the man at mid-on gets around, and it's a dot ball to finish the over, a maiden in our second one. Well, it looks like Bavuma's taken out the team's frustrations at the other end. He's managed to get 12 off the last over, but can we get Karthik out now, or will he attack? Although that one's a dot ball, he showed a lot more intent in the sweep. Just 2 balls left in the over for Kartik, and although he's trying to show more intent this time around, he is getting forced back into his crease again and having to defend like he has there. Just 1 ball left in the over for a maiden, and again we'll try and tempt him with the top spinner. So let's try and bowl it straight at his feet. Again it's a little wide, but it goes to the man in the inner circle. They thought about the run and it was a direct hit, but luckily they turned and they were back already. So another maiden for us, and Carl Carver's in at the other end. Left arm finger spin for the second time in 2 overs. I can see Dinesh Karthik had got himself out, or was it Bavuma then at the other end? Bavuma's out stumped off the spinner for 23, and now we've got the left arm medium pacer, Vasconcelos at the crease. He's now facing his first delivery, so hopefully we'll be able to give him a challenge. I'm not sure who we're going to be bowling to first. It's Kartik who we've got 2 successive maidens to, so let's see if we can get him a single off strike, and then we can have a go at the new batsman. We're well into our 4th over now and things are going fantastically for us. Kartik's not able to get us away, though he does get a single to the leg side there. His first attacking shot in the 4th over, and he gets a single off his 3rd ball. We've now bowled 3.5 overs and we've only conceded 2 runs as we bowl the first delivery to the new left-hander. Hopefully with him being brand new to the crease, a chance to improve our record against left-handers, so we're going to go for a normal flighted delivery and just see if we can catch him out outside off. So again he's gone for a big one. Oh, he's beaten the man at gully, and this may roll away to the boundary. Fortunately it doesn't have enough pace on it. The man at point gets around to cut it off. Just 2 runs off his first ball, but that was a little bit wide for our liking. We'll go for a standard break delivery now. Hopefully we'll be able to bowl a little bit tighter as he sweeps away to the leg side. But a dot ball, but plenty of intent. He's starting to show a bit of attacking ability. So we'll go for the top spinner to finish. Bowl it straight at the stumps. Can we get an LB shout? We can't as he goes down the ground to mid-on. A dot ball to finish the over. 5th over then, and the Northamptonshire run rate still going at about 4.5 and over. We really want to try and creep it down a bit more as the left-hander gets a thick edge on it, but he goes straight to the man at gully. We're going to mix things up with our short doosra now. It's a delivery we bowl quite often in first class cricket. No idea how it'll work here. It forces the edge to the man at gully. 1 bounce and they thought about running 2. We really hadn't panicked with that one. Maybe it was just the shock of it as we come in for a standard delivery again. This one's closer to the stumps and he's starting to struggle with us a bit more now. 3 dot balls in succession, but plenty of drama with the deliveries. Final ball of the over then, and we're on for a maiden this time. Vasconcelos struggling to get us away, so we're going to do our full top spinner at the stumps. He sweeps away to the man in the circle, and it's our 3rd maiden in 5 overs I think. That's a fantastic effort so far, just conceded 4 runs off 30 balls. They've only managed 5 in the other over as well, so we're back at 95 for 5, and our run rate is just creeping down again, something we can be very proud of. Dinesh Karthik's back on strike for us. He's the right-hander, so we fancy our chances, and of course we've kept him quiet so far, so we'd like to do that yet again. Over number 6 then to Kartik, and we're going for the standard off spinner to start. Let's see what we can do with it. Bowled it really wide outside leg to trick him, but again unfortunately it's just a dot ball. Let's get some flight on the second delivery, see if we can tempt him outside the crease. I've said it a number of times, but he just won't come out to play. He's defending pretty well, and he does so yet again. Halfway through the over then, we're going to put some flight on the delivery. 3 dot balls so far, despite that intent early on. This time he exposes his stumps, tries to thrash it through the offside, but only finds the fielder at cover, who again cuts it off for a dot. Final ball of the over then, can we get back-to-back maidens? We're going for our top spinner, full at the stumps, try and catch him in his crease. This one's a little bit wide and he really does flail the bat at it, but fortunately it just finds the man at gully, and it is going to be another maiden. Let's see what happened at the other end. They move on to 103, so 8 runs off that over. Dinesh Karthik not adding many of them though, he's really struggling to get going. The current run rate's only just above 4 now as well, and the required rate's almost at 8 already, so we really are doing a good job of containing them. Myself and Carl Carver building a good partnership. 7th over then, and I'm still tempted to get him out. Dinesh Karthik, hopefully a player will play with in the IPL at some point, but he defends the first ball of the over, and it looks like we're going through the same routine again. Final ball of the over, and it could be a third successive maiden. You know what delivery we're going to bowl. Why change a winning formula? This one straight at the stumps, and he got his pad in front. But fortunately for him, he just got a bat on it, and the man at leg gully defends. A third maiden in a row. We're really holding back the run rate here, and we're going to be the hero of the match. The seamer Olivier came back in at the other end, already has 2 wickets and only conceded 2 runs in that over as Karthik's back on strike, 29 off 63 now, and he's starting to hold his team up. A dot ball to start the over, and the run rate is now below 4. Third ball will be an off-breaker. Of course most of them are now. Try and tempt him to the leg side. He's surely edged that one, has he? Or has he missed it completely? That's what the umpire recommends. He suggests the latter, and we'll go for the same delivery again. Let's see if we can catch him on the pads. Just flicks away for a single. We perhaps just rushed that delivery a little bit, and Karthik finally gets a respite. He's off strike for the last 2 balls, and we're back to face the left-hander. As we haven't faced him for a while, we might as well go for the short doosra. It's not something we can really bowl to the right-hander, so it is the only chance we get to bowl it. This time he's hooked away to the leg side, and they are just going to sneak through for 1. So Karthik's probably cursing his teammate there. He would have preferred to stay at the other end. Well, it does mean we'll finish the over with a top spinner, as we've only conceded 6 off 7.5, and Karthik goes all-out attack off this one, but again he only finds the man in the covers. Well, we're now back for a result as well. It's a positive one, of course, for Yorkshire. I'm surprised we didn't see any ceremonies lifting the trophy or anything like that. But most importantly, we've got over the line. The victory's by 57 runs in the end, as on a rare occasion we haven't bowled out our 10 overs. We were the top scorer for either side, 123 off 102 deliveries, and we really were the anchor for our innings, as other more experienced players fell around us. Dinesh Karthik ate up deliveries for Northamptonshire. We were largely responsible for that. He had 42 less runs than he did deliveries, and that was largely the difference between the sides, as the victory margin wasn't much bigger. We get player of the match, which is fantastic. We contributed with bat and ball, with bat in terms of runs, and with ball in terms of economy, really preventing the experienced batsman from getting off the mark. But a brilliant start really saw us over the line, and that's both for us with the bat and of course for our teammates with the ball. So a brilliant performance all round, and we have won the One Day Cup, and it's our first honours at county level. Player of the match in the tournament final as well. We couldn't ask for much more on this occasion. Let's head back to the career hub now and see if there's any news awaiting us. Well, we're back to the career hub, and the only message we've got is to say that the one-day plate is now complete. I'm really disappointed by that. I thought there was going to be a bit of razzmatazz, a little bit of a trophy ceremony, or at least a well done on the screen. Maybe that'll come in the next few days, particularly with our agent or manager. But I've got to say I'm a little disappointed by that. I was expecting at least a trophy presentation. Perhaps it's just because we simulate when we're not playing, and maybe that includes the ceremony as well. But I'd have thought that would have been included, but it's not the biggest concern at the moment. We've got first class games coming up across the board, so we're going to try and show 1 or 2 of those, but of course we want to play 1 or 2 games off camera, as this season's been going on a while now. That's mainly because of the gripping semi-final and final, which of course I have to show you on camera, and his career is progressing pretty quickly now, as we've found consistency in season 4. There's still the club games down at the bottom of the screen too, but I haven't had to play in one all season, and I can't imagine with our current form will we drop for Yorkshire anytime soon, and if anything we'll be adding the T20 Blast, which I've no doubt will be called up for. So let's click through this and see what we come to next. We've caught the eye of Yorkshire for the T20 Slam, and we've got an achievement as well. Apologies for headphone users if that's a bit loud. That one's to say that we scored 5 centuries. If we want to sign on the dotted line, we can play in the T20 Blast, so let's go and accept that offer. That's something we've got got to look forward to this summer. So in the next few episodes we will have first class action, and then of course we've got the T20 Blast coming up, our first T20 match at county level or higher. So we've got the first class game against Nottinghamshire next, then one against Middlesex, and then it looks like Gloucestershire as well. So we'll probably come back for the second or third of those, depending on who's in the opposing sides. Of course it depends on the situation of the match too. The centuries almost aren't a surprise anymore, which really is a testament to how far we've come. So we're heading to Trent Bridge in that one, but I really hope you did enjoy this episode and that momentous moment. If you did enjoy the 3-part special over the final, please do put a thumbs up on the video. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. It's really been a surprise for me to do well this season. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer, but it looks like we've really started to mature now. Our skills are improving and hopefully that will continue, and we'll be able to emulate Alistair Cook just as we wanted to at the start of the series. So we're going to go and play this first class game off camera, and then we'll be back for one of the next few to show you one of our batting innings to see if we're coming along nicely, or alternatively will we just lose our form. Let me know in the comments what the best honour you've won is. Have you won player of the match in a county final? Are you already at international level perhaps? Or have your team not managed to win anything yet? I'm interested to know where other people are, so let me know how you're getting on in your series. Subscribe to the channel for 3 episodes a week from this Cricket 19 career, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. We'll be continuing next week with first class action, and now we know of course we've got the T20 Blast to look forward to, but if you are enjoying the Cricket 19 content and you haven't yet seen the Ashes Test playthrough we did, do go back and check that one out. It was plenty of fun to record as well. A 10-part special which I hope you enjoy, in addition to this Cricket 19 career. There's also daily FM 19 content from my long-term story. We're trying to take Torquay United to the top of English and European football, and that one continues every Sunday to Thursday at 4:30 as we head towards the last few seasons now. Then on Saturday afternoons at the same time, over the next few weeks we'll have announcements about FM20, our plans and saves that we're going to do in the series, as well as reaction to the big announcements. Hopefully there's some good new features coming in and we can all look forward to the new game. And then finally my Snooker 19 career continues. That's every Friday at 4:30. We're in the final tournament of the series now, and it's the big one, the season-ending World Championships. Can we emulate Ronnie O'Sullivan and go and win a world title like our namesake? Or are we going to be disappointed and ending the series sooner than we think? I hope you'll come and join me on Fridays to find out, as hopefully we've got some glory to finish on. But if you did enjoy this episode and that fantastic final victory, please do put a thumbs up on the video, and I hope to see you next time for another important episode as we look to get back to first class action.